Man, y'all are a trip. So on my birthday, I took a day off from Twitter, but of course when I came back to a bunch of nonsense. I saw this post from somebody named Charlotte McClymer on my timeline about taxes. She says, I like taxes because I don't like broken roads and bridges, towns without safety, children being hungry or anyone, folks denied health care, schools without supplies, veterans being homeless, and so on. I like taxes because in a just society, no one should be left behind. Hashtag tax day. Probably the most bootlicking post of all time. Completely ignores the fact that taxation is theft by way of extortion. It completely ignores that these are things that can be done minus taxation, therefore minus the government. So I replied saying just that. I said you can do all of those things without theft by way of extortion, which is also known as taxation. I also quote tweeted saying, who mans is this? And that's when hell broke loose. She then quote tweeted me back and immediately blocked me. The only reason that I even saw this is because somebody else screenshot it for me. Hey there, I'm gonna go ahead and block you. And I want you to know it's because your bit of transphobia there is hateful and childish and not for a second related to your libertarian views, although they are also pretty damn childish. Take care. She told me. But we got to make note of the fact that she is full of crap, because if she really did want me to know why she blocked me, she wouldn't have blocked me immediately. But whatever. Now, who mans is this, or whose mans is this, is a common phrase among black and hip hop culture. It basically means like, really, you see somebody doing something ridiculous, stupid, nonsensical, and you say, who mans is this? And if you follow me on Twitter, you know that I often say, who mans is this, when I see somebody say something that is completely ridiculous. And I say it to each and everybody, male, female, I don't give a damn what you identify as. If you're an animal, I don't care. If I see you saying something nonsensical, I'll often say, who mans is this? But it wasn't until I said it to somebody that was trans that they got all butthurt. No pun intended. But check this out. I didn't even know that she was trans. I never heard of her before this sort of exchange. And I don't care. Who mans is this applies to each and everybody. But that didn't stop Charlotte's folks from coming out the woodworks claiming that I intentionally misgendered her and therefore claiming that I'm transphobic. That's not even what the hell the term transphobic means. I'm not scared of people that are trans. They're claiming that I'm not properly identifying people and they can't properly identify definitions. On top of that, y'all already know if I wanted to high side on somebody for whatever reason, I would do it straight up. And half of these fools that came at me ended up blocking me because it became very apparent that I wasn't apologizing for nothing. Now let's get to the real. It's wild how some people that identify with these minority groups go out of their way to be offended after claiming that they want to be equal. I've used this term, whose mans is this, as well as dude, bro, and I've called women this, and they've never got offended. You can't go around claiming that you want to be equal, also claiming that you have pride in yourself, yet have the nerve to go out of your way to be offended at the words that people use, words that weren't even used to try to take a shot at you. Nah, you made it about you, and that crap is for losers. And that's how you deal with those types of leftists that will try to grasp for straws, claiming that you're racist, you're homophobic, you're transphobic. All they're trying to do is shame you. You don't cower, you just let it be known how ridiculous they are. Now, excuse my language, because if you get offended, especially by something that wasn't even intended to offend you, that's your f***ing problem, not mine. And I don't give a damn about what minority group you claim to belong to. I don't play this victim Olympics bullshit. Get over yourselves.